Alright, we should be live. So, due to my hospitalization, I've lost a bunch of my schedule for this week. I'll get it back next week, but they had to cover for me in case I wasn't out. And since I had no idea when I would be getting out, couldn't really tell them, no, I'll be back to work by Monday. So, here we are. Still in time, and apparently the Edge of Eternities Alchemy set is out, so yay, let's do that. I've taken a quick look at the cards last night, and seems like the usual Alchemy cards, where some of them are fine and some of them are, we're just gonna print words on cards and like good stat lines on top of that, and you know, enjoy playing against these cards and never seeming to open them yourself in the actual draft. Maybe in the prize packs. It's Grenzo post-traumatic stress talking, but seeing the thing that loots the opponent's deck when you warp something or when you have, like, voided online is just like, oh my god, no. No, go away. And it does it for, like, 1 mana itself. Like, it has warp, hybrid red-black, so you just warp it in. Sliver looks silly, but I don't know if I'll be able to successfully draft it. Alright, did we get one of the good ones? When this creature enters, seek a non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less. That card gains Warp 0 until end of turn. You lose 2 life. This is a 4 mana 2/4 lifelink. Well, the Eternity Elevator isn't anything, and neither... Wait, Drowned Catacomb is randomly in this? What? Did we need more non-basic lands? I am confused. Okay. Oh, it's a new Alchemy card, and it's a rare, and I'm pretty sure getting a free permanent, like, it seeks a permanent, right? So you just get that, with mana value 3 or less, and then it gains the Warp 0 in addition to its other stuff, so if it's good, like if it has a good comes into play effect or something, you can take advantage of that. Oh, looks like somebody took the Alchemy card from this pack. Loading Zone has failed me already, and while I certainly could draft a good Loading Zone deck, I don't think it starts off in black. I think it starts off in white-green, most likely. So we're probably just taking Tragic Trajectory here over Beamsaw Prospector. Vault Guard's fine. Nutrient Block and Diplomatic Relations. Plasma Bolt. Yeah, I think we just stick to the black cards for now. We get a better idea of what we're doing. Let's draft. Oh, there's an Infiltrator. It's not a particularly good card to warp in, but it is something I can just grab to my hand with this guy. And also, him grabbing a 0-drop functionally warp card makes it a lot easier for me to double spell in the turn that I cast it if this guy's already in play if I curve into him, so it's probably good enough. Cut Propulsion is decent. Kind of need a setup for this one. Again, another Vault Guard Trooper. Harmonious Grove Striders. Decent fat, but not anything too crazy. Well, I do like the Beckoner, and again, having warp creatures with this thing, cheap warp cost, so that way I can double spell more consistently to get it through for damage. So I can outcard advantage my opponents to death. I wonder if there's any other weird land inclusions in the set. That thing. Close Encounter, Divert Disaster. Divert Disaster is the only card in the colors that I have that I'm even interested in. There's a Biosynthic Burst and a Close Encounter, though, so maybe I grab the Close Encounter here. So there's also a 1 mana 2/1, so that's fine. But not anything too amazing. But yeah, maybe I take the green removal spell. Because if I get, like, good green fat to go along with some black removal spells, then maybe. Light Jammer's fine. Another Divert Disaster. I'm just going to take Void Forged Titan. And nothing great here. This is fine. Might be a gene pollinator, though. I do actually need some of the big green fat, though, otherwise it's not going to matter if I have, like, green ramp spells and green fight effects if I don't have big bodies to go with them. Alright, that's a really big body. We also have one of the weirder cards for an alchemy card. This seems like it might be in a decent build around for a brawl deck. You know, we're just constantly pinging the opponent with the secondary benefits of your spells. But I think this is a Lash Whip Predator. Just get like one of the big bodies online. There is a slim chance if we get some like lander tokens and we have the Pollinator that we do just run this. It's because I might be able to double spell fairly consistently with some green ramp and cheap creatures and warp spells and all that, so might be able to cobble together a decent double spell deck, and then if I just happen to have my blue splash, get to draw a bunch of cards. I can keep the train rolling. Oh wow, the elevator came back. Who could have foreseen this? There's another Peregree, which I'm probably taking, although the whale coming back is kind of tempting. But I'm almost definitely black at this point. So the whale is tempting because it's possible the green is just medium, but so is the blue, so whatever. Like, this is just, taking this is towards the 20 gems that it'll give me eventually when I have all of the rares. Or if I get multiple copies during drafts, but I think this is a Gale Blade just in case the green dries up and I can't do anything with it. Warp Creature. Yeah, I'll take the Reach guy over the Light Jammer. Oh, not really the landfall deck. Alright. We get in pack 2. Oh, this thing is nuts, especially if I'm gonna do, like, black-green things. So, it has Flying Death Touch and Lifelink, and it gives Death Touch and Lifelink to anything that stations it. Like, this thing is just incredibly dumb. Yeah, no, we're taking that one. The only thing I don't like about it is that its station cost to get online is only 6. Like, I kind of want this to just be an enchantment giving these abilities to my stuff forever. We got another Trajectory here, or a Galvanic Galactic Wayfarer. Both good. I think I will take Trajectory, although Wayfarer would be a good pickup also. I just want some decent removal. Stinger. Monoist is not terrible. I can take the Eumidian Terra Botanist, but this thing has only been okay for me so far, I feel like. And this thing seems to slightly overperform, so I'm gonna grab a Grav Pack Monoist. I'm actually surprised by how often this thing is just an annoying creature that keeps getting in for damage, and then eventually dies into at least a body. So it's not like, yeah, the body's on the ground, it comes in tapped, but there's a lot of payoff for sacrificing things, and so just giving you more fodder for that, it being an artifact helps for some archetypes. It just does a surprising amount of work relative to how it reads. What is this one? Draft a card from the Life Seed spellbook. On this panel, oh right, it's literally all of the fancy lands. Alright, I'm willing to try. It guarantees, like, 1 green mana, get one of the, lands from the... I could have had 2 of those now. There's an Embrace Oblivion, though, and I'm just gonna grab that. What was I saying about the life seed? So it grabs one of the either the planets or one of the fancy lands from the subset. All right, there's Watery Grave. Is what I thought the other one was, and then I was like, wait, no, that's not what it is, and I'm confused. I could take Watery Grave. I do have the Infiltrator, but probably just want the Fate Maker at this point. I have a couple of big guys that don't naturally have Trample, and getting to make them a little bit bigger and give them Trample is fine, plus it warps, so it triggers the Void for my trajectories. Yeah, we might not be running the Infiltrator. It's the only blue card right now, and it's not insane by itself, but we do have the right type of cards to make it work. Oh, right, it's that weird-ass thing. That one is so weird, I don't like it. It's through the breach, but the creature is a 4/4 instead of its base stats. This one's gonna get me so bad in Brawl. Like, I'm gonna be playing against an artifact deck, and for 1 mana, they're gonna counterspell my thing. Take a Shattered Wings over another 4/4 Ball Trampler. Just cut off green, I guess. Okay, take a Plasma Bolt just in case. I don't know just in case for what, but... Probably not. Both of those were probably nots, though, so... No, it's Timeline Color. What is the Alchemy card? Oh, there it is. Mind Security. This is another dumb one. It's a 2-mana 3/1 Trampler that conjures Flametongue Kavu somewhere into the top 8 cards of your deck, except Flametongue Kavu costs 0 mana to cast. Like, that's just nuts. I don't think I need the color, but it does work well with my trajectories and my Embrace Oblivions. If I can, if I warp it, maybe that is worth it. Plus, the spaceship is perpetually lifelink and death touch, so if I, like, pull that thing back for a turn and use it to station, every other time it comes back, it'll have lifelink and death touch. So the 2 life won't even matter at that point. I'm gonna take the Delicacy here over the Worm. And Decode Transmissions. I guess Seed Chip Impact while I'm noting all the other cards. Okay, so... it can gain Flying, First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. I don't know how many of those I actually have on my cards naturally. I don't think I'm going to be able to cobble together too many insane things with it, but I do have a few of those. Wait, is it creature or permanent? Okay, because I was going to say if it's permanent and I grab the nutrient block and that thing can gain indestructible, that's going to be insane times. I think I want the Beamsaw Prospector over the nutrient block with my Embrace Oblivion sets. Is this the Landfall doubles power guy? Yeah, it is. Another Eumidian Life Seed. Okay. Alright, Infiltrator, I think you can go down here for right now. Stomping Ground to a good home, another Worm. I think I'm just gonna rare draft here. I already have that. Give me another Stomping Ground. I forget if I actually have Stomping Ground or not on this... on Arena. Yeah, I have a few different ways to sacrifice things. I'll take a 2-mana 2/2 that grows. I think I need scrounge, so I guess I'm taking this over the rare. And I'm probably not running that when I have all the other stuff, so I'll take the rare for set completion and gems down the line. Same thing for Pinnacle over... It would be the Torpedo, probably, but I only have the one vehicle, so... I'm almost... And I have plenty of other removal spells, so I'm almost definitely not running it. But yeah, I have, like, Close Encounter and 2 Embraces and 2 Trajectories, so I'm not really hurting for spells right now, so the punch card isn't where I'm at. Fate Maker, just in case. I think I've drafted you least, so interest of getting the full playset. 2/2, probably not getting run. Another worm. Alright, let's see what we actually have to work with. Alright. So it can gain Flying, First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, Vigilance. But the thing has to enter with that ability. So right now it can gain Death Touch, it has to be a creature again, right? So not like a spaceship that would have it, right? Because it would still have to have the ability anyway, so... Alright, so Death Touch, Haste, Flying, Reach, right? Reach is on here. Yeah. Lifelink, Trample, excuse me. Alright, so this thing is basically medium at best and terrible most of the time. Alright. Let's T-colon creature and see where I'm at. Sorry. Apparently something has set my allergies or something off. Drink of water, see if that helps clear it out a little bit. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of them's a spaceship, though. So... it's close to 8 creatures, or 8 non-creature spells, not quite there. This thing is effectively a land, so we pull it up, we can see that the spellbook has one of the planets already, with the fancy artwork. Blast Zone, Cascading Cataracts, Contested War Zone, Deserted Temple, Dust Bowl, there's a Vindo and Cavron, Mutavault, Nesting Grounds, Plaza of Heroes, Sunken Citadel, Sekur Secunde, Terrain Generator. Okay, so it doesn't have the full list of them, like the full list of potential planets, but it does have several of them in here. And it can just go ahead and grab a land, so it's green, conjures a land, and the land might do other stuff for us, it might not. Delicacy, the Gravitic Herald. So what are the best things the Herald can grab? Because it has to grab a permanent with mana value 3 or less. So Dubious Delicacy is a huge one to hit. Gravpack Monoist is okay. No, it doesn't actually do anything, because it doesn't give them haste, so it's just letting me double spell at that point, which currently doesn't matter. Lets me throw this thing out for 0. Does it perpetually gain that? Until end of turn. Okay. That would be insane, because then I can cast this for its warp cost, and it would have a warp cost option of 0 at that point, so... Yeah, this guy's not too impressive. Has to die for the thing. That's kind of disappointing. Almost all of the things on the list don't actually do anything with Gravitic Herald. He's just a 4-mana 2/4 lifelink. Like, literally the best thing I could possibly get is Dubious Delicacy. Alright, fine. You're out, Herald. Yeah, I have, like, no good comes into play effects on any of these, and he doesn't grant haste, so... Crasher is kind of medium by itself. I think we can lose the Crasher. I think we lose one of the Worms. Because I already have enough top end, and the Worm is very medium. In fact, both Worms are kind of medium. I think I might just want the other things. The Worm's best thing is that it works with Void Forged Titan, and that's not saying an awful lot in its favor, so... Like, we have a few big to... Like, even a medium creature, like, doubling this thing's power to 6 and letting it rumble basically forces trades and chumps at that point, so... Making this thing a 4/1... means the opponent can't just ignore it. That might trade for a real creature, so all seems fine. So yeah, I don't want to cut any land, because I have some top end, even though we can get like reduced costs and warps and whatnot, just because I want to hit landfall for this guy in play. We have another Fate Maker up top. I don't know if we want that to give out trample. We cut for it. Prospector, no. Hull Carver, probably not, but maybe. So Close Encounter is one of the ones where the Close Encounter deals the damage, yeah. Although we at least have some, like, decent-sized warp creatures that might be available to us. That effect, so... Maybe run it as is for right now and see. Alright. But yeah, I took the one thing and wound up not playing it, so... What Alchemy card are we gonna use? The Life Seed, maybe? But what other Alchemy cards are we actually running? Maybe the Gravliner. Gravliner is like the dumbest card in our pool. Like the coolest Alchemy card we have, so... Yeah, that was one of the ones where I looked at it and went, that is incredibly dumb. Just everything you play can take a turn off to gain lifelink and death touch forever. Like, now even if it dies or gets bounced or something. Like, if it could die or get bounced and come back and not have the ability... That might have been... like a way to tempo people out trying to do shenanigans with it, but... Alright, this hand is very medium, because it's a little slow. It's not getting any faster. If the opponent has a decently quick start... Yeah, that one's going to be a problem in a turn or two. I don't think I warped this out. Yeah, if anything, I think I saved warping it out. So that way I can warp it out and use Embrace Oblivion at the same time. On the bright side, if they don't counter this, they're going to have to kill it, because their stupid 1/3's not getting by it. I say I will snap off this block so hard. Yeah, I think I can help it. We're gonna have to run this out and use the use this thing plus the 2/2 as the sacrifice fodder. Oh, cool. They just had it all, so yeah, now it's gonna just suck to be me. Okay. Right side, though, their guy gained vigilance, so it didn't tap to do its thing. But that's still incredibly bad. Like, I am basically dead here regardless of what I do. Like, I have to kill that thing now, because otherwise it comes back, or not comes back, they, like, play a land, and it's a 6/6 flyer. But, yeah. Now I have no blockers. I'm gonna take at least 4, probably 5, go to 4. Still have 3 cards in their hand. I have 2 lands in mine and 2 spells available. Okay. Okay. Probably should have just cast that, but that's fine. Like, if they don't put at least a 4-power creature into play here... it's technically kind of... Of course it has hexproof, so... And it flies, for good measure. Yeah, no, I'm dead here. I am impossibly dead here. I have to double block their stupid thing, take 1 in the air, and if they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so they need... If they had an untapped land that's not a forest or island, they literally win the game here. If they don't have that, I'm just very dead anyway. Oh wait, this thing's a 7-power creature. Yeah, and it's gonna be, yeah. I literally cannot win this game, no matter what I do here, so never mind. Ah, yes, the thing I have been feeling about Best of One in this format is I keep drafting decks where my opponents do things and I don't feel like I ever stood a chance of winning the game. Like, none of my choices mattered. At no point in time was I ever capable of winning the game that I was playing. That has been my entire experience with Best of One, starting, like, mid-week 2 with this format. And it's nice to see that has not changed. Okay. So we're gonna cast, like, probably 1 or 2 more of these worth of gems into the Gem Abyss before we don't ever touch any Best of One with this format, because Best of One has just been abjectly miserable. Like, and I don't know why, like... I drafted removal and, like, decent-sized body creatures, and I just got run over by removal and decent-sized body creatures, and I never felt like I was the one that was in any danger of actually winning that game, so... I don't know what else I was supposed to do there. I don't think I bother with him. Yeah. Like, I don't think trading 2 of my life for 2 of their life, when I don't know what their board's going to look like next turn, or what they're trying to do here, is where I want to be at. Now, however, I think I am okay just playing this out as in, I'm going to trade with your guy if it attacks. Because if they're running this thing, they're some sort of aggro deck or blue-red artifacts matter deck, so... I want them to have to kill my guy in order to get through. I want them to have to kill all of my guys in order to get through. They have that thing! That's terrific. Okay. Is a base 2/3? Yeah, no, this is... Actually, I probably should have just shattered that thing. That was a mistake. Running out the monoist here. Yeah, I kind of, like, brain farted that I could kill the spaceship there, that this was Shattered Wings. Because now they're going to get another lifelink Death Touch creature out of it that I didn't need to let them have. Oh, and they're also going to get to gain 2 life this turn. Yep, nope. I definitely botched that. Okay. Alright, well that's on me. At least if I lose this one, I'll know why I lost this one. Now they can sacrifice and deny me the surveil. Okay. That was nice of the opponent. Alright, I do need lands, so we're gonna leave that on top. And yeah, they've got a whole bunch of Death Touch lifelink creatures. I'm not gonna win a race, so this is about leaving guys back to block anything if given the opportunity. Because they are stuck on land right now. So yeah, the fact that I didn't get to put the... I didn't want to put the card in my graveyard for the Surveil is fine for them, but they kind of needed to sack their guy just to stop, just to get, like, their Surveil to find a land. I kind of need a second green source, so I'm actually going to take a Vendo because of that. Hey. Hey, what are you gonna do on 3 lands? Kill one of my guys. Makes sense. There. Oh, this is a pretty easy trade for this thing. Does make my guy more expensive now because they don't have enough creatures in play anymore, but I think that's fine. Yeah, we can warp him to deal 2 damage to them, but that doesn't seem great. Right now, my goal is to just not die until we can kill them, because they don't have a whole lot going on, so... If I absolutely need to, I can use the delicacy to kill the 2-1, but... I'm gonna say, if they're just going to attack... Gonna trade off here and be fine with that. So that's their other lifelink Death Toucher down. It's 2 life, they draw 2. Yep. Activate abilities of land sources. Yeah. Sending him out isn't going to do anything. So we're just passing. Letting the opponent's, like, 7 cards in hand that aren't lands eventually just wear me out. That's terrifying in red-black. When they already have a guy that lets them sacrifice artifacts. Yeah, okay, we're killing him at end of turn. Then we're gonna untap and kill the 1/2 here. Alright. Can have the 1/2 for a turn, I guess. To get an actual body into play. The problem is they have a very cheap artifact they can play Cheap enough. And now they can kill the 2/2 and draw a card. Yep. Huh? Maybe they dome me. Okay. I was gonna say, there's a chance that they dome me here. Kill you. Alright. Now I'm prepared to start taking the damage in order to get them dead. Quick. I have extra life off to the side from the other thing. So, if I need to gain the 3 life back to offset them dealing damage to me here, I can do that. And I can also sacrifice this thing to embrace if I need to kill the ship suddenly, because it's about to get up and kill me. Then once I've done that, Tragic Trajectory will kill the thing that was crewing it, so... Okay. They were thinking about sacrificing the delicacy there to draw a card. Oh, they ate one of their creatures. Alright. Alright, well, what I said before still holds true. You... Only from the hand for the warp cost? Okay. Or in his case, I can play it from the graveyard also. Okay. It's a big boy. That is an awful lot of land. It's a frustrating amount of land. Okay. I think this is fine. I can warp him back, yeah. I can warp him back next turn if I need to. God damn! Game. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, this is 8, 9. On board. Alright. If we can get the opponent to blink first. Alright. So they can gain 3. But if they time it wrong, they just die, so... Alright, so that happens. Untoken artifact. I don't really care about the lander tokens right now. I care about their guy being big enough to let them live. I don't want them to be able to attack with their one thing safely here, so... Alright, they think they can attack with their one thing safely here. Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't think they could attack with this thing. But they sure showed me. Okay, so our opponent was horribly man-screwed in the beginning, and they still almost killed us. This is a great format. I'm having a wonderful time. You can give me all the advantages in the world, and I can barely scrape out a win. Of course, part of that was not just shattering their one thing earlier so that they would have a lot less life to have worked with. They would have died so much easier that game if they hadn't have gotten, like, 5 extra life off of that thing. Again, the hand is medium. Keep it and try. I mean, that does sum up my experience with the format. Is like, okay, I drafted this deck that I think is okay, and then every time I look at the hands, it's like, well, this hand is medium, this hand is medium, I'm not doing nearly enough stuff early in this hand, I just die. It goes slightly faster, whereas also on the play, and I lose. Alright, well, they're prepared to attack me with him. Alright. I think I was treating him as though I could only warp him after he was warped instead of how he actually works, so... Maybe I missed damage in the previous game because of that. Well... I hope I draw some good cards to go along with all the stuff that I have. Nice. Oh, another red-black deck. Makes sense with the color. Red-black does like having good sacrifice things. In fact, I'm running the color just for the black sacrifice portion of my... I like having good sacrifice things. Yep. Terrific. Well, the opponent has tons of cards to work with, and I don't have enough spells. I don't think I can race them, though, is the problem. Like, if I start hitting them now, when they're already winning the damage race, they're gonna warp the other guy. If they're gonna let me block that one, I will take them up on the offer. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping for. way to kill a 2-toughness creature now that their growing threat is a 3/3. Now, granted, I should be able to kill it later on, but I'm probably going to want to kill something else later on if we've gotten to that point. Yeah, I already feel like I've lost, because I only have 2 more cards in hand. They have 5 unknowns plus a spell sitting off to the side. That could very easily just be coming in here so that they can kill my 5/4. If they don't just grab kill it here or something. Very, very probable. Like, it doesn't have to be grab kill specifically. It can be orbital plunge. It can be, like, basically anything. Alright, you got it. I didn't play my guy to not block your 3/3 here, so... Hooray! Well, I mean, that thing was a card, and the spell they cast was a card, and my one thing was the leftovers from my other card, and wow, can I stop flooding now, please? I'm still flooding from the previous game. Oh, this is a sorcery. I do not get to kill their 2/4 now. Uh-huh. And sack their guy, grow their other guy. Wow. Maximum punish for not just killing their thing there. Alright. Well, I deserve all of this, I guess. Being bad at the game. So kill that. Surveil 1. That does nothing with what I have, so that's going in the graveyard. And kill the 3/3. And I guess play a land. But yeah, the 1 mana kill a guy by sacrificing something when I have nothing to sacrifice. And because I'm drawing that, will definitely not have anything to sacrifice on the following turn either. Kind of can't just be the card that I keep and play. Yeah, I'm at 9. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus 5 spells. I've literally drawn twice as many land as spells, so this game was actually unwinnable regardless of what my opponent did. Like, if you tell me I'm going to have a game where I draw twice as many land as spells, I better be playing Legacy, and I better be playing that specific deck. And then I go to 1. Is this it or another? Yep, okay. Yep, you got it. Because I drew 11 land and 5 spells. Like, 99% of Magic games, if that's a fact, you also lost. Regardless, like, completely regardless of anything that actually happened in the game. If you draw more than twice as many land as you drew spells, there are only a very narrow number of decks that can do that and actually have a positive win percentage. Or even like a 10%, like, you know, win 1 in every 100, like 1 in every 10 games or something with a draw like that. But hey, it's the thing I'm gonna use as a thumbnail. Alright. I mean, this looks alright. I might not ever draw my 3rd land, and it might suck, but all in all, not the worst. I do like the idea of perpetually giving this thing Death Touch and Lifelink while it's off to the side, and then having it come back with those abilities. Why you gotta be like that, opponent? Why you gotta steal my thunder? I was gonna do cool stuff and, you know, curve out and whatnot, and you gotta start with a 1-drop on the play and make me feel bad? Why? Alright, that's not too bad. I'm assuming they're getting a plains here and not a 1-drop creature, but Alright, I think I have to run that out this turn because I didn't draw a land. Just in case. Because now I can play out the ship and then get a mana from the ship, so if I do draw land, I can still run out, like, the 2-drop creature. Using the ship to tap for the mana, and then the creature to crew the ship. So. Also, if I suddenly desperately need to, I can shatter the stupid thing. Or that stupid thing. One of their stupid things can get shattered here. If I suddenly need to, but... Oh good, I did in fact draw the land, so we get to play this. Cast this. So let's warp him in. Put the counter there. Station this with him. Perpetually gains the abilities. Go to combat. Attack for 2. That's always terrifying. Especially since they warped it out, so they have something else. Ah, they're just gonna draw 2 cards. That's still bad, but... There are a lot of terrifying things, and now they get to crew their ship. Yeah. I'm gonna have to kill that. Now it's like a 4/4 flying vigilance. Is in fact kind of really in my way. Which is unfortunate, because if I'm killing that, then I'm not deploying any of my own things, so... That wanders off. Could find another land, so that's helpful. Then I can go... Oh! That was not the thing I thought I was casting. I thought I was casting this one. Okay. Okay. So... yeah. Perpetually give him that. And they're not going to trade their 4/4 Vigilance for my 2/2 Death Touch, so we're just going to get in for 2 damage real quick. But yeah, I thought I was casting this one when I did that. I thought I was going to cast this one and then play this guy like I just did and use him to crew that. And yeah. He's still a growing 2/2 lifelink Death Touch, so it's not terrible, but I definitely meant to kill the 4/4. So that's kind of awkward. Alright, Code Crackers. Another bit of card advantage, but they cast him rather than cast the flyer or the double up on the dog's trigger, so... I'll lock down one of my top guys and... Other card, or... Ah. Well, it's not really doing anything else right now if I'm not going to kill the enchantment off of it. Although I do have all of my sacrifice things, and I can just tap it to get it killed if I need to enable warp. I think I know block because I can gain life later. Alright, let's actually kill this now, please. And thank you. I don't think I need any more lands, thanks. Alright, so... Alright, so we crew that there, so that way I get my flying lifelink thing. But the only way I can put another counter on him is to play the land and tap this thing and get it killed, which seems like a waste of its thing, so... I think we just attack for the 2 lifelink here real quick. Play out the land because I'm going to need it, and pass the turn here. Yeah, the problem is everything became food or shelter, not both, and that was a little awkward, so... Okay, we're casting the Vocalist instead of the Flyer, which, again, is terrifying, because that means we have something we want to draw more cards off of. Or something similar. Okay. Might actually be itself. That way it has 4 power. Then we can punch the other thing to death. Puts its counter on target creature you control. Alright. Death Touch, Trample, Lifelink. See if they want to block it at all. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait until they go to cast something and then cancel out the second trigger from the Vocalist is my goal anyway. Yep. As additional cost to cast a spell, choose a creature. Okay, so we target this. We go green. Tap that guy. And 1. Choose a creature I control. Will be this one. That's dead. Now they have a 3/5. Okay. Okay. Alright, so play that. 1, 2. And here comes my 4/4 Death Touch Lifelink Trample dude. That will kill 2 of your creatures if you block with them. And you're not even doing much. I was gonna say, if that is your plan, Yeah, let's give him Death Touch and Lifelink while we're at it. See, this is what I mean. This thing is insanely dumb. Look at everything that it's done already. I'm at 17 again, and my opponent's board is in shambles. Despite just playing bigger, better, card advantage creatures than mine. Like, every single one of their creatures has had the potential to be a 2+ for 1. And yet, all of their stuff is dead, and my life total is fine. Thank you very much. I am gonna need some stuff, though, because I currently have nothing. I don't currently need this guy, though, so it's gonna keep pecking in for damage or killing their stuff. Either or. Don't really care. Like to trade your 2/2 for it? Nope. Okay. Alright, well, they're eventually going to grind me out because I've run out of spells, but at least, you know, I've drawn more spells than land, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, versus 3, 6, 7. Alright, because I didn't actually have to draw one of the lands, I am slightly above 50% land on average. Left the card on top, always a good sign. Surely they have accidentally left a particularly medium card. Alright, that's not a bad one to have suddenly show up. Assuming they're not suddenly going to want to block with their 3/2 or their 4/6 here. Just gonna steal another point of life. Hey. Wow. Jesus Christ. So they get 2 permanents back because they brought back the Starfield Vocalist. Get to draw 2 more cards. Lock down one of... Like, I've been grinding super hard with just this one ship this entire time, and... Oh my god, this is nuts. If I kill the Vocalist now, they just get it back with the hard cast of this guy next turn, and then... Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna lose now, because this is just way too much card advantage to ever beat. Wait, is this the draw one? Okay, at least that's the draw one and not the bounce 2 things, because bouncing 2 things is actually way more fatal for me at this point. Alright, will they lock down my 5/7? Assuming the answer is going to be yes. Just a moment here, but... to see. Say, you gotta get me dead sometime, opponent. Yeah, it's like half my life total gone. If I just draw another land here, that's the end of the game, right? They lock down my 5/7 because they really, really have to. The land is basically going to kill me here. Not a whole lot else I can draw either that's going to actually matter. The next turn, like, worst case scenario, they get to replay their Angel and do it again in order to lock down my best guy. Alright. As far as stuff goes, that is a pretty good one. Yeah, I think we just run him out here. Back with a 6-power Death Touch Trample Lifelink. Uses to stay dead. So I don't gain the life. That's actually the problem, is that I don't gain the life. It's not that they killed it, it's that I don't gain the life. Where do I want this counter? 5, 9... I think there. I think he needs to gain lifelink and death touch here. But I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Like, it won't take much if I'm not dead here for me to be dead. If they don't already have it, there's a very high chance they will still have it by the time we are done here. But there's a very slim chance if they don't kill me this turn. Oh, double pinnacle kill ship. Yep. I want to concede to that, but... And I probably should, but there's still a chance they mess up here. Okay, they killed both of the Reach creatures. I was hoping they were going to miss that thing and not kill me here because of it, but now I literally cannot stop them from killing me. So... yeah, okay, it's over. They already have 11 damage in the air before they fully crew that thing, I believe. It is 5, 9, 12. They have 12 damage in the air, so even if they misclicked and attacked with one of their ground guys and I blocked, I would still only gain 1 life and still be dead. Now, granted, my little spaceship there did insane lifting to try and win me that game, because they drew a billion extra cards, and it almost wasn't enough. So... That ship by itself almost ground them out, despite their massive card advantage over me. So I think that was a very good example of how dumb that ship is. Like, that thing is absolutely insane, and I'm really sad we don't get to play with it a bit more this time around. But that's going to do it for this draft. I guess we could do one more of this, and that way I'll feel like I've fulfilled my obligation to play Edge of Eternities Alchemy, and then can just ignore it for the rest of its existence. So, if you're watching this live, give me a minute. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.